How's it going, everybody? It's Tas here. So the markets were all over the place today. We had the S&P up 0.1%, the Dow went up 0.4%, we had the NASDAQ 100 down 0.3%, and the Russell went up another 1%. So in this video, like always, we're going to break down some technicals, talk about some stocks I'm looking at, my thoughts on the market as well. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, get yourself 2 free stocks from Webull and $30 free from M1 Finance. Those are linked down below, and let's get right into the video. So as you guys can see, like I said, we were pretty choppy, right? Today was not the best day of trading. Well, if you were in AMC, if you were in some meme stocks, then maybe it was a great day of trading for you, considering AMC went up 35%, which is unbelievable, with 700 million in volume. I mean, I can't even tell you the last time I have seen this type of volume. Unbelievable. We'll talk more about that later in the video, but today was pretty crazy, right? And we had volatility not doing much, down a little bit. Gold, silver, those broke even. And SPY, you guys can see, excuse me, guys, we can see we close under 420, 421, which is not a good sign. And in fact, we closed pretty close to 419, and we barely had a green day today. And like I've been saying, I don't want to beat a dead horse or whatever the saying is. I've been saying this. We need to break, the bulls at least, need to break 420, 421 on SPY. And at that point, we'll probably hit all-time highs. But until then, I'm not necessarily seeing the breakout on a technical basis. And yeah, I mean, just set an alert, 421, be patient. If that breaks, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next week, we are likely to see all-time highs, or at least for it to test the all-time highs from a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to put an alert right at 421 on SPY here. Watch out for that. QQQ, let's see what that did. As you guys can see, tech was red today. Well, the NASDAQ 100 was red, and QQQ tracks that. And we have yet to hit my price target. My price alert is at 335.50. And you guys can see clearly we close under 333. We're still struggling at that resistance from the past 1, 2, 3 trading days. You guys can see on the 5-day, 5-minute chart exactly that. We're failing at 333, 335. So for the bulls to take control, we need to break out of the wedge here. We need to take out 334 and get into 335, hence why my price alert is there. And from there, I believe QQQ will have a shot to test those all-time highs, maybe even break the all-time highs and move forward. So yeah, that's a quick little analysis. Nothing much changed, guys, from the previous videos analysis. Just a lot of choppiness. We're waiting to see what we're going to do under these big resistance levels. So what are your thoughts on the market? And I almost forgot to mention, I'm sure you guys heard this already, but the U.S. weekly jobless claims numbers came in at 406,000 versus the 425,000 estimated. So weekly jobless claims numbers beat the estimate. They're down. I believe that could be a low here in terms of the whole crisis. And yeah, that's a good sign. But still, guys, 406,000 jobs being lost. That's a lot of jobs, regardless of if it's a low in the past couple of months. It's still a lot of jobs being lost there, and that's just the truth of the matter. That's what I'm personally seeing. And GDP, gross domestic product, that came in at a 6.4% annualized rate in the last quarter. And what's that broken down quarterly? Like 1.5% or something. So not too bad there. Geez, guys, I might need some coffee right now. Give me a second, guys. So yeah, not too bad when it comes to that GDP number. Pretty good if you ask me. And the markets, again, they're not breaking out. They're not breaking out of those levels. So we have to be patient. That's the truth. In the markets a lot, you got to be patient and wait till your targets hit. So what are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And if you guys are enjoying the video so far, feel free to smash that like button. Let's try and get at least 200 likes on this video. I challenge you guys, 200 likes. Hit that like button. And let's talk about some stocks now. And the number one stock we're going to mention today is Palantir. This is the first one. And this one, guys, finally, is breaking out. And look, we're not going to talk about fundamentals, whether or not it's a $500 stock. Oh, Palantir's a $1 trillion market cap. I'm not going to get into that. And quite frankly, I don't know because I haven't dove into the fundamentals that deeply. And this is a company that's generally difficult to understand. And it's kind of difficult to even know what they do in reality. Although we've seen some demos, we've seen, all these government contracts. It's still not the easiest company to understand, right? And who knows? It could be $500 stock one day. It could go to $1 trillion. But as of now, it's not that. It's $22. It's down about 50% from the recent high. But technically speaking, it's breaking out. And it looks positive here, at least for the bulls, technically speaking, as we're peaking above both moving averages. And it looks like we solidified $20 as a support. And I think at this point, the next high we hit is about $25. That was the level of resistance from the end of April. Maybe from there we go $26. That is where we were. When was this? In the middle of April. So that is where I see Palantir going in the short term. And notice how we're seeing the 50 SMA catch up to the 180 SMA here. And once that crosses, that is known as a golden cross. And typically when we see a smaller moving average cross above a larger moving average, that is a technical sign that not always, but a lot of the time, it leads to a signal that, okay, there could be more upside. There could be more upside. The price trend is changing. That is kind of what that signifies there, or it signals. And I like that. I like that we're about to see that. And again, we're going to give it a couple days, see what happens. If we get that golden cross, there could be some more upside. So I like the way Palantir is peaking out here. It's up 2.6%. It went up 2.6% today. So watch out for that. That's ticker symbol PLTR. NIO is another one, NIO, that's breaking out as well. Finally, guys, right? We've been buying the stock on the way down. We've been very patient with it the past couple of months. And now it seems like, temporarily at least, it could always go down. But at this point in time, it seems like we found a bottom. 35, 33, 36, that general area. It's clear that we're holding above that. Now we're pushing towards $40. We're above the moving averages as well. And the 50 SMA is trying to catch up to the 180 SMA here, very similar to what we saw with Palantir. So I'm liking this on NIO. I want to see it still gain some momentum. I don't think it's completely out of the woods yet. In fact, I think it needs to break $40, $42 until it's out of the woods completely, in my humble opinion, considering $42 was that high from back in the end of March, also in the end of April. We could also say, hey, $46, $45, that's also a big sticking point. That was from resistance back in the middle of March. So NIO, it's not there yet where it's fully breaking out, but it's getting there slowly but surely. And I'm excited, as again, I've picked up shares all the way down here. And if you guys do want to see my buy and sell alerts, real-time trades I'm making, options, you want a morning update video, more access to me as well, check out that Patreon. That is right down below. We do that stuff every single day on Patreon. So stock number 3 is FCX, which we called out a couple days ago. This is Freeport-McMoRan. This one's up 3% today, and it looks like it is playing out like we wanted it to play out. We held the higher low here at $40. We broke out of the moving averages, right? We're seeing the EMA cross above the 50 SMA. That is a bullish cross right there, also known as a golden cross. And at this point in time, I think FCX continues this rally, whether it's up to $45. That was the high point from back in the middle of May, about 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago, or it goes maybe $46. That was the high earlier in May. I believe it's going to test those levels, whether it's tomorrow, next week, maybe in 2-3 weeks. Nobody knows when, but the trend here and the way we're overall seeing the breakout continue, or the uptrend continue, this is a very good sign. So FCX, I'm watching it like a hawk right now. Upwork is another one. I believe this one is slowly peeking out of the downwards channel. Yup, you guys can see it here. We're above the moving averages, just like Palantir and NIO. The 50s crossing, or about to cross above the 180 SMA. It's getting there, and I believe if Upwork can get $49.50, maybe $50, $52. if it gets above those levels, especially 49.50. That is where I think it could break out from 52, maybe back up towards the mid-50s. Does it get to 65? I mean, it's too early to tell. Honestly, it's way too early. But does it get to 52, 55? That I can see happening. So let's watch for this change in momentum here on Upwork. I really like that. CRM is another one. They reported earnings today. This is Salesforce. EPS came in at, get this, $1.21 versus 88 cents estimated, so that beat by a wide margin. And revenue came in at $5.96 billion versus $5.89 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, beat revenue, and they also raised their sales guidance. That's a very good sign. And you want to know an even better sign? Well, we are breaking out of the downwards channel finally here on the 4-hour chart. It is happening right before our eyes, and that's a good sign considering we failed to do so over the past 6+ months. And each time we tried to break out of the channel, we failed, and we obviously failed breaking out of the previous high point. But in this case, we broke the channel, and now we're trying to break out of the previous high, which was back in the end of April at about 238. So this is very bullish, especially if CRM is able to get above 250. So this really should have been stock number one to cover in this video. I like this one better than Palantir in the short term because I think it has the catalyst of the raised guidance, EPS, revenue beating, and now we're seeing a volume spike, momentum shifting. I think there is upside here. I believe we might pull back, consolidate a little bit in the 230s, but ultimately, if we break 238, don't be surprised if we go 250 plus here on CRM, and that's exactly what I'm looking for right now. And we have Costco. Well, we had Costco report earnings, ticker symbol COST. They did EPS of 275 versus 234 estimated, and revenue came in at 44.38 billion versus 43.64 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, beat revenue. I don't have the same store sales number. That'd be a good number to see. Let me double check here on the live news tab. Do we see it? I'm not really seeing it, guys. Okay, it's okay. But if we get that number and the same store sales do well, wow, it says, okay, missed quarterly estimates on online sales. Okay, that's not good. But we don't see. Okay, it doesn't really matter. But overall, they beat EPS, beat revenue, and the big sticking point on Costco in terms of the stock's price is clearly $3.90, right? We failed there the past month at this point. Also back in the end of November, early December. So Costco needs to break out. You know, I'm not touching this thing unless it breaks out of 390. I might as well put it at 391 here. So we'll see, guys. If it breaks that point, maybe we run up a little bit. It's already at all-time highs, but if it takes that out, maybe it goes 400 plus. Maybe momentum takes it there. So watch out for Costco. And the last one is Ulta. And we'll talk a little bit about this one. They did EPS of $4.10. Revenue came in at $1.9 billion versus $1.64 billion. So they beat EPS. Well, actually, I don't know if they beat EPS, but they beat revenue and they raised guidance. And this is also a great breakout. I'm putting this one in there with CRM. Very nice breakout. We broke out of 330. We took out the wedge. We're above the moving averages. We also broke out of the high point from the middle of April. This one looks like it truly wants to test the mid-300s. Well, it's already there after hours. Probably high 300s, maybe 361. That was the high point from a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, guys, watch out for Ulta. Watch out for Costco. Watch out for all these stocks. And AMC, almost forgot. Guys, AMC, holy crap. If you saw my video earlier, I'll link it down below or I'll pop it up at the end of the video. We called this breakout here. We literally called it real time. And I was talking about the ascending triangle, right, in that video. And it was peaking out of the ascending triangle during the towards the end of the video. And then as I uploaded that video, boom, AMC went ridiculously crazy, got to almost 30. Now it's up 35% on the day. It's up a little after hours, nothing crazy. And the volume, like I said, 700 million. Holy crap. That's got to be some sort of record. Maybe not. I don't know. But I haven't seen that. I don't even know if I've ever seen that kind of volume, to be honest, and I'd love to know your thoughts, but overall, it looks like it's trying to hold 25 as support. That was the high point from the last big squeeze. Does it succeed? I don't know. It might. We don't know. But if it fails here, don't be surprised if AMC trades off to 20, maybe down to the high teens, which could be the next buying point. So keep that in mind. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit that like button. Again, let's try to get 200 likes. Subscribe. Make sure to hit that notification bell. And don't forget to check out my Patreon if you guys want real-time buys, sells, morning update videos, what I'm doing in the markets. All that's on Patreon. Link down below. You could also get 2 stocks from Webull, $30 from M1 Finance, and $10 from Coinbase. All of those are free. Link down below as well. I'll see you all later on. Thanks for tuning in. Again, as always, make sure to check out my video from earlier. I'll pop it up right here. See you guys there. Peace out. Have a great one. Stay safe out there. See you guys.